Welcome to Technically You, where we dive deep into the innovations shaping modern enterprise technology. Today, we're pulling the curtain back on RTaaS, Routing and Telephony as a Service.
If you're in IT, telecom, or working with contact centers, this episode is a game changer. We're going beyond just VoIP. We're talking about a cloud-native, API-driven evolution of enterprise telephony and intelligent call routing.
Let's start with the problem. Traditional telephony systems, PBXs, PRIs, and even early SIP trunks are expensive to manage, hard to scale, and bound to carrier limitations. You had to negotiate contracts, provision hardware, and wait weeks to spin up a new number in another country.
Exactly. And don't get me started on complex routing logic. If you wanted to route calls based on location, time of day, or agent skill set, you'd need either expensive hardware or middleware. And even then, it was a nightmare to manage. That's where RTaaS comes in.
RTaaS flips the model on its head. Instead of hardware and telco dependencies, you get routing logic and telephony services abstracted into the cloud, delivered over APIs or user-friendly GUIs. You manage everything: call flows, number provisioning, SIP trunks, DIDs, programmatically. So what technically is RTaaS?
At its core, RTaaS is a cloud-native telephony abstraction layer that sits between your communication platform, say Microsoft Teams, Zoom, or a contact center, and the public switched telephone network, PSTN.
It includes carrier-agnostic SIP routing, virtual number provisioning across countries and regions, programmable routing engines, time-based, geographic, skill-based, etc., failover and disaster recovery, and real-time analytics and number management. And it all runs through scalable cloud infrastructure, usually via APIs from providers like Twilio, Bandwidth, Plivo, or emerging platforms like Telnix and VoxImplant.
Let's talk about the real power of RTaaS, programmable call routing. Imagine this. A call comes in from New York at 3 p.m. RTaaS checks the geolocation, matches it with an agent's skills in a CRM, then routes it to an available agent working remotely in Austin, all in milliseconds.
This is enabled by intelligent call flow engines often built on microservices, using logic trees or scripting languages like JSON or XML. You can build complex IVRS, handle number failovers, and even integrate routing decisions based on real-time CRM or ERP data.
Now, RTaaS doesn't exist in a vacuum. It supercharges unified communications as a service, UCaaS, and contact center as a service, CCaaS, by offloading telephony logic. That means UCaaS platforms, like Microsoft Teams or Zoom, can use RTaaS for direct routing or hosted direct routing. You get number flexibility, advanced call logic, and global PSTN reach. And CCaaS platforms, like Genesis, Five9, or NICE, can plug into RTaaS for granular routing, local number masking, and real-time disaster rerouting.
You no longer rely on a single PSTN provider or carrier. RTaaS gives you carrier diversity, often with built-in least-cost routing, LCR, and geo-redundancy for call continuity.
From a technical standpoint, RTaaS platforms generally consist of the following layers: telephony engine, SIP core, manages call sessions, SIP endpoints, codecs, and number formats. Routing logic layer, built using programmable rule engines or APIs. Integration layer, interfaces with external systems, CRMs, UCaaS, ERPs, via RESTful APIs or webhooks. Analytics and monitoring, provides dashboards, real-time call records, latency reports, failover analytics. And the security layer, which includes stir/shaken, TLS encryption, IP whitelisting, and fraud detection.
And don't forget compliance. Good RTaaS platforms will support E911 in North America, GDR, HIPAA, and local telecom regulations and call recording consent flags and lawful intercept features.
Let's look at some practical implementations. Global enterprise. A company operating in 40 countries can use RTaaS to provision local DIDs, enable local presence dialing, and centralize their call routing without needing multiple in-country telco contracts.
Modern SaaS platform. A startup building a telehealth app can embed click-to-call and programmable routing directly into their platform, offering patients a seamless experience without managing any telecom infrastructure.
Hybrid workforce enablement. Employees working from home, the office, or on mobile can receive calls via soft phones or browser-based interfaces, all routed by RTaaS, depending on presence, time zone, or device availability.
Let's summarize some of the most compelling business and technical benefits of RTaaS. Scalability. Spin up thousands of numbers or routes instantly. Flexibility. Change routing logic in minutes, not days. Resilience. Built-in failover to multiple carriers and geographies. Integration. Plug and play with UCaaS, CRMS, and analytics platforms. Global reach. Access DIDs in 100-plus countries. And of course, cost savings. Optimize routing paths via LCR and pay-as-you-go pricing.
Now, here's where it gets exciting. The future of RTaaS likely includes AI-based call routing, using machine learning to predict outcomes and optimize flows, voice biometrics integration, real-time language translation, decentralized routing via blockchain for tamper-proof records, 5G integration for mobile-native RTaaS deployments in edge locations.
Also, look out for conversational AI baked directly into RTaaS platforms, where bots answer, triage, and even resolve calls before a human agent is involved. Any closing thoughts to share with our listeners?
Sure, RTaaS is more than just a new acronym. It represents a paradigm shift in how enterprises think about voice, presence, and connectivity.
It's about treating voice and routing as programmable, flexible, and scalable components of your digital architecture, not static telco relics.
That wraps up our podcast. If you're evaluating UCaaS, modernizing a contact center, or building a comms-enabled platform, RTaaS should absolutely be on your radar. Thanks for listening to Technically You. Hit that follow button and share this episode with your CIO, IT director, or cloud architect. It might just change how your business handles voice.
And as always, stay curious.